You ever wonder what the best bite in barbecue is? Wonder no more. It's right here, beef ribs. Plate ribs, short ribs, dino ribs, whatever you want to call them. These are them, and they're 3-bone, which is what you want. These are 44 farms. Took advantage of a promo they had recently where I bought 2 racks of those ribs and I got a bottle of Meat Church's Holy Cow, which is a great rub. We'll do 1 rack with that and 1 rack with salt and pepper only. See which one wins. Well, they're both winners, so they're beef ribs, right? We'll see which one we like better. We'll get them trimmed up, seasoned up. Let me adjust my camera so you can see that a little bit better. All right, folks, here's our first rack. I want to show you a little bit about it. Actually, it's 3-bone, like I said. I don't know if you can see the 3-bone. I want to show you how marbled it is. It looks fantastic. These are really good looking ribs from 44 Farms. Real pleased with these. Look at that, guys. It's exciting to have something this nice. I'm glad they did a good job, set out a good product. I'll get this trimmed up. We'll take that fat cap off. At least most of it, we'll see as we go how it looks, and then we'll get this one seasoned up with Holy Cow, and we'll go from there. So let's see how it goes here. Try to look and see if there's anything immediately that I know needs to come off. I'm going to try to save as much meat as I can. We'll get started right here and get some of the silver skin off and get us a starting spot here. Try to get long pieces like that. That's what I like to do, is the longer pieces you can get, the better off you are. Shoot. Well, didn't get a long one there, did I? Okay. That meat looks fantastic. I'm gonna tell you, this is, to me, they call this brisket on a stick for a reason, guys. You're getting a little too much there. So you see some fat being left on, because there's just no good way to take it off without ruining the meat. I don't want to do that, obviously. And that's seam fat there. It's down in it. Goes a good ways down. I'm not going to remove that either. We'll leave that like it is. There we go. We're going to put the Holy Cow on this rack. And I put some on the back, but I don't cover the bottom of it real well, because there's obviously no real. You're not going to eat that down there. This isn't like pork ribs. There's no membrane to remove, anything like that. You want the membrane to stay on here because it's what holds them together. These are going to draw up and become very, very thick and very plump. So you want that definite membrane back there to hold together and hold the meat on the bone, because it will become very heavy in certain areas, and the bones will draw up, meat will draw up on the bones. So we'll go ahead and get this one seasoned up with Holy Cow. I'm not going to use a binder. I've never been a binder guy much, so we'll just put this on here and we'll go pretty heavy with it. I'm not really sure how Matt would want this done, but how heavy he goes, I can't remember. I've seen his video, but I can't remember. So I'm going to go pretty heavy though, where I can go heavy. I mean, it's not going to stick on the back, but I'm sure Matt won't go very heavy, because the heavier I go, the more rub he sells, right? Alright. There we go. So we got the sides, now we'll get the top. My cutting board's slipping away from me. Alright. So we'll go pretty heavy here. Now the other rack we'll trim up. I'm not going to make you sit through that. The other rack we'll trim up and get some salt and pepper on that, and we'll go from there. So this is pretty much all I'm going to do. I don't think I got that side very good, so that edge I mean. So there we go. Again, that was Holy Cow from Meat Church. Looks fantastic. Can't wait to try this out. So all right, guys, we'll get the other one trimmed up and seasoned up as well, and we'll meet you out at the smoker. Hey gang, I just want to show you real quick the salt and pepper that I've seasoned these with, how heavy I've got it. Not real heavy, but heavy enough where I can tell that it's on there. But I wanted you to see that how much I put on there, so you'd know when the bark formation happens. I give it a pretty good coating. Not quite as heavy as the Holy Cow probably, but heavy enough. It's pretty pepper rich. It's about almost 2 parts pepper to 1 part salt, but not quite that much, but close to it. So it's pretty pepper heavy, quite a bit of salt. So I wanted you to see that too. See you at the smoker. Out here at the smoker, guys. I'm glad to meet you here. We're going to get the beef ribs on here shortly. We got our charcoal lit. That'll be our base for our charcoal. For our post oak wood. We're going to smoke at about 275 to 300 degrees in that range, and figuring it'll take about 8 hours. So we'll see how that goes. Actually, we have an audience already, pretty early this morning for an audience, but we've already got one. So we'll see how long they stick around. So I can get them zoomed in here. They want to hang out. I guess they're going to watch these beef ribs. At least they're not venison ribs, right, guys? All right, guys, back in a minute. All right, guys, ribs are on. You're looking at the back left is the salt and pepper, and the front there's the Meat Church Holy Cow rub. We're going to do these at about, like I said, about 250 to 275. And if it goes a little higher, that's fine too. We're going to get a good bark set and take them to about 202, 203, you know, depending on how they feel when we get there. That's a typical time or typical temperature. But it'll take about 8 hours. I'm figuring we're using post oak, like I said. So we're going to let these go and see how they do. We'll see you in a bit. All right, guys, there's our fire. We're about 3 hours into the smoke here. Looking here at our beef ribs. A couple different racks here. We'll give them a little spritz. Bear with me. I'm doing this one hand with the camera, one hand with the spritzer. So we'll just spray it on here, spritz a little bit. Get both of them a little moisture on them. So you get some good drawback on those bones right there. That's about 3 hours in, doing pretty well. I'm not going to even temp them yet, but I'm really pleased. Let's see how they feel. Of course, no rendering yet. Not much rendering. There's not a lot of fat to render on top anyway, but cut most of it off. But we want to feel how they're going. The bark's feeling good. It's getting set. So we're actually moving right along here. I suspect we're close to halfway. About another hour will be halfway, I would think. So check back in another hour. I'm going to spritz probably maybe every 45 minutes to an hour. Hey guys, we're right about the 5 hour mark right now. I thought we'd check in and see how these things are doing, check some temperatures and see where we're at. We're obviously getting some great pullback here from the bones of what you're supposed to. There'll be quite a bit more as they get closer to being done. I'm guessing they're probably going to be in the 160 to 170 range. Let's take a look here and see. 165, yeah, I was right on it. 178, that's pretty high right there. It's a little thinner. 175, 175, a little further along than I thought. Some of these areas. 168, so we're at the high 160s, low 170s range. There's 165 on that one. I may rotate these. I've moved around a little bit earlier, but I may rotate them a little bit. But we're getting close to the point where I'm going to wrap these things. I think maybe another hour. I'll wrap them and butcher paper and see how they do from there. So we'll be back when I do that. All right, guys, here we are. We're going to go ahead and get these beef ribs wrapped up. Where you can see them, I guess. The wind's bad. It's snowing out here, actually. We'll try to get the paper to stay down with these heavy weights, but I want to use some spritz just to try to make the butcher paper a little more pliable, easier to bend. And we'll get some beef tallow. I always use this Wagyu beef tallow on these ribs. Really helps with moisture retention, kind of like the same with new briskets. We will get these wrapped up now. Snowy and windy. Try to get as good and tight as you can. So we'll put these back in the smoker. Get it probably up to around 200, 203, 205 degrees so they get back fully tender, and we'll pull them off then. We'll see you guys then. All right, gang, we're back. We've finished the beef ribs. They've actually hit temperature about 205 degrees and they probed tender. So we're going to take them out of the wraps and look at them. Take away our nuts. Remember, we had one we did in Holy Cow, and one we did with just salt and pepper. Let's see how they look here. Oh gosh, they are super tender. There's one rack. Some of the juices here, we'll try to drip all over those. I'm going to hate to lose those juices. Plenty of that. Now I want to wrap the other one. Check them both out this way. There's not really any smooth way of doing this. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. Have to waste all these juices. Not as many of that. So, all right, guys, we'll see what we got here. So we about lost that one. We'll cut that one at an angle a little bit. We're gonna try. This is the Holy Cow by Meat Church, and these are the salt and pepper ribs. I got a good friend of mine, Barry, gonna come in here with me, and he's gonna try them. We're gonna kind of compare the two. Come on in here, Barry. Try to run away. Say hi. Say hi to Barry.
Hello.
We're gonna cut this.
I've been waiting on this all day.
Yeah, well, I have too. We'll cut this rib here.
Oh, it's tender.
It's very tender. It's cutting very nicely. I'm just cutting into that bone, trying to get as much of an angle here as I can. Actually, I could probably just pull this off. I think I can.
Ooh, smoke ring.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Very good smoke ring.
Forward.
Very good smoke ring. We'll try this one first. Each get a bite. We'll save some for the rest of the family, Barry. We won't eat it all, okay?
Man.
We'll try this. We'll split this up.
This is church.
This is the Meat Church Holy Cow. There you go. We'll say cheers. Cheers, bud.
Good. Very tender.
Mm-hmm.
I like that bark too.
Mm-hmm. Got a good meaty taste. The Holy Cow does a fantastic job too, doesn't it?
Is it?
Really like that.
And it's not salty.
No, not too salty at all. I like that. But salt is my favorite thing.
Good.
Salt and pepper is my favorite. So let's try this.
I'm interested to see what this is like.
See how the
Salt and
difference is.
pepper.
Yeah, we'll try this and see the difference. Yeah, we'll take this off the
Man.
bone if we can.
Show me.
Oh, we haven't got it off the bone yet. Oh yeah, looks pretty good there, right, guys? I think I'll just take this one and run. None for Barry. We'll try it here. There's your bite. Take that.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't got a bite yet. Hold on, let me get a. Oh,
I dropped it.
Oh, you saved it. You saved. Good save. Good save. Let me get my bite here.
The smoke ring almost all the way through it.
Pretty cool, huh? All right.
Get a chunk of meat.
Hold on. Let me get this. All right. Cheers, bud.
Cheers.
Let's try this. Pretty hot.
Hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's different.
Taste salty, can't you?
You can taste the salt and pepper, but it's not too salty.
No. Let's I do it right. I'm just kidding.
The
Very. I let these rest. They've been resting a good hour and a half, 2 hours probably. They're still crazy hot on the inside, but that.
it's like you can taste more of the meat with the salt and pepper.
So
I
which
think
do
so
you
too.
prefer?
I prefer the salt and pepper. I think Meat Church's Holy Cow is fantastic. I'm just a salt and pepper kind of guy. Have been forever, so it's just more my preference. But I think you can taste the beef better, and the salt and pepper. It's more natural, more organic, if you will.
Yeah.
What did you like? Did you like the Meat Church better?
I mean, I love them both, but
Yeah. You like Meat Church?
I like Meat Church.
Yeah, I know.
But that's good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's. I'm not going to turn either one of them down.
I got you, man. Well,
Those
that's
are-
perfect.
those are both
We're not going to turn away. I agree.
They're
We're not
both
gonna take one
golden.
down. Yeah, no doubt. Well, there you go, folks. There's our ending to this, where we've decided what we like better, and we figured, of course, one for each of us. So, but that's the beef ribs in a whole. We got to about 205 degrees, and they probe tender. Let them rest for a good while here, and so we wanted to make sure we got on. They were still crazy hot, though, of course. So. But guys, we sure hope you liked the video. We hope you like it and like it and subscribe both to the channel. And we'll be back. I think in the next video will probably be a pork butt, making some pork barbecue over the next weekend. So be sure and like and subscribe, and we will see you at the smoker.